Hi everybody, I'm Alecia. I'm the Director of Visiting Angels, if we haven't had a chance to meet in person. I just wanted to pop on here and say hi, and I have a little bit of a training to do. But before I do that, I want to kind of touch on something that's even more important to me in my heart, and that is just to say hi. It's just to connect. It's just a moment to say I'm thinking of you. I want you to know that I think of each of you every single day, several times a day. You're on my mind and in my heart always, and that is true. And I hope that you believe that and know that. The other thing that I wanted to say is that right now things feel kind of heavy. It feels a little bit tough. We are in the middle of another big COVID push. It seems like it's everywhere. And so I just wanted to kind of just remind everybody that even though we don't see each other every day, we're a team, and we can all sort of in our own hearts and minds link arms and say, you know what, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this together. We're visiting angels, we're strong, we're kind, we're devoted to what we do, and together we can make it through this. So I just wanted to take a second and say that, and I hope that you will join me in doing that and saying that we're a team, and just remembering each one of us out there on our own days and doing the work we need to do. Now on to kind of the nitty-gritty, the things that have to be done, and I want to go over a little training with you because I've decided to amend our current infection control policy and add the use of a KN95 mask to your everyday PPE or personal protective equipment. So I'm going to show you the proper way to don or put on and doff or take off your mask, and also how to store it, because we do have a supply chain issue and I don't have enough masks to give everybody enough to change them every single shift. So we'll also go over how many times you can wear your mask before changing it, and things like that. So first of all, I want to make sure that you know that before you put on any mask, the first thing you need to do is sanitize your hands. And so when we're doing that, we want to make sure we're using enough so that your hands are going to be thoroughly wet by the hand sanitizer, or of course for soap and water, you need to make sure that you're washing for 2 rounds of the happy birthday song. But you want to make sure you're getting all parts of the hand and your wrist area, making sure you're getting the tops of your thumbs, in between your fingers, all around any rings you might have, around your fingernails on both hands. Really taking the time to make sure that you are getting all surfaces thoroughly coated with the hand sanitizer. And if you've used enough, your hands are going to be wet after you've done that. And that's a good thing, because in order for this to work, it has to set on your hands and dry. So we just have to be patient and let the hand sanitizer dry. Never wipe the hand sanitizer off onto your clothes or anything like that. You just need to let it dry. That's how it works, okay? So we'll just give that a second to dry. Okay, after your hand sanitizer is dry, you're going to take your mask and you're going to hold it by the ear loops. You can hold it by the edges if you need to. I'm going to take off my glasses just because that is easier. I have one last thing. And I'm putting the mask on to cover my nose and my mouth. And I'm going to have it pretty far up on the bridge of my nose and making sure that it is under my chin. And I'm looping the ear loops behind. And then I'm going to take both of my hands and I'm really going to press into this mask, into that metal strip that's pretty high up, like I said, on the bridge of my nose. And I'm really pushing it in to give a good fit, because I want this to be as tight fitting as I can possibly make it. These masks aren't the same as the N95 masks that they have in the hospital. that are fit tested. There's no fit test to this. This is just a user, you just kind of do a user seal test where you get it on just as tight as you can so that you're not getting a bunch of air coming out the sides, okay? And you can kind of adjust it, you know, the chin and the nose so you get the best seal you can possibly get and you can't feel air come out, you know, all around the edges, okay? After you have done that and you feel like you've got a good seal on your face, the best that you can get, you're going to take your regular surgical mask, a clean one, okay? We have plenty of these, so you're going to use a clean surgical mask at the start of every single shift, and also you would replace it if this would ever get wet or soiled during a shift, okay? So you put your clean surgical mask on, and that's that, okay? Now, to remove it, pretend I've worked my shift. Before I remove my mask, I'm going to use the hand sanitizer again. And actually my hand, you know, this is a video. I'm not going to sit and wait for this hand sanitizer to dry just because we want to conserve time here, okay? But you know, in real life, you use enough hand sanitizer and you use it like we discussed before and make sure that it dries. Okay, so to take off your mask, you never want to touch the front of your mask. You're going to remove from the earpieces. This blue surgical mask, it just is going to get thrown away, okay? For your KN95 mask, where we're going to be reusing them, we're going to be careful on how we remove it, and we're actually going to store it too. So you see I have this paper bag. I've written my name on the front of the paper bag, and I've made a flap by just cutting 2 pieces here to make a flap. I'm going to, again, not touch the front of my mask. I'm just going to touch the earpieces. I'm going to take my mask off, being as careful as I can not to touch the front of the mask. And I'm going to put my mask into the bag with the base of it facing out towards my name. Now, you might have to touch like just the edge, I'm finding, just kind of push it in there, but that's it. And then you can take the earpiece and you can hang it right on that flap. And that's how you can store your mask. After you've taken off your mask, the very next thing you need to do is sanitize again. You can wear this mask up to 5 times. The only reason you wouldn't make it a full 5 times is if this would become compromised anyway. So before you're putting on your mask, you want to be looking at it and inspecting it, making sure that the earpieces are still firmly in place, there's no rips or tears, and the mask is still in good shape, and also that it hasn't become soiled or wet. If any of those things happened, if it was damaged, soiled, or wet, you would need to replace the KN95 mask sooner than the 5 uses. Please Please be patient with us because like I said, we do have a supply chain issue. We're ordering them and replacing them as quickly as we're able to, but we don't have enough to give out a whole bunch at once. So we're only going to be able to give about 2 at a time. And I apologize that that's going to cause you to have to come to the office more often, but we're just doing the very best that we can with what we're able to do. And I know that you will be understanding of that. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I appreciate you from the very bottom of my heart. I just want you to know how much you mean to me. If you need me for anything, I'm 1 phone call away. Have a very blessed day.